I'm going to be answering one of the questions in our school community that one of the members have posted. His name is Wasim. He's 38 years old. He says he needs to become a successful entrepreneur, but I'm not able to give the required time to the project. The reason is because my full-time job eats up most of my time. Laziness or low energy after work, weekend plans with the family. However, a good habit that I'm building is to give some hours in the weekend mornings to this project. Very good, alhamdulillah. Bad habits have left sports, no regular exercise, laziness, distracted by games, as instant reward of dopamine. Hard to discipline myself. If I get stuck somewhere at the project, then it's tough to continue. Kindly advise how to be more disciplined and productive, be more energetic throughout the day, even after work, and be more focused at the thing that matters. Jazakallahu khairan wa iyyak. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, let's get it. So, what I'm realizing is the main goal is that you want to spend more time working on your business, but there's a few things that are preventing you from giving it the time that it needs. And so, Allahumma barik, first of all, you're already spending some time working on your business, but the problem is that there's things preventing you from working on it as much as you want to. And the three main problems that I've realized is that the first problem is that you feel lazy after work. The second problem is that you have weekend plans with family. And the third thing is that you're just getting distracted by like the instant dopamine pleasure, right? So let's tackle one problem at a time, okay? Let's tackle the laziness after work problem. So there's two solutions that you could try. Now, obviously, there's 8 hours of work in your full-time job. So let's say there's 24 hours in the day, 8 hours of working on the job, 8 hours of sleeping, and you still have another 8 hours. Where are those 8 hours going is the first thing I'd ask. Now, I'm sure after work, you'd be very tired and stuff, and that's probably when you tend to procrastinate maybe and get distracted by the cheap dopamine because you kind of just want to relax. So two things that you could try. So what you actually have to do is almost anticipate that you're going to be lazy after work. Assume that it's just going to be something guaranteed to happen, no doubt, and you have to prepare for it before it even happens. You just know it's going to happen. The first thing is because we can already anticipate that you're guaranteed to feel tired after work, right? You can either choose to work on your business before your actual job. So maybe you've already tried that, but just genuinely dedicating a few hours where like in the morning, everything about your energy, your focus, your willpower, attention span, it's all at its highest in the morning. So it only makes sense to spend all of like your energy and focus and attention on the thing that matters the most, which probably like after Fajr, you can spend time working on your business before you actually go in for your job. So that by itself, you're already reaping the benefits of the barakah right after Fajr. So you can capitalize on that. And you're using most of your energy on your thing before like your boss's thing, if that makes sense. So if you already tried that, but it's not working for you, or maybe you don't have the time, this is where I'd recommend the second solution. And the second solution is trying to combat the laziness after work. SubhanAllah, Allah created us, man. Naturally, we're going to get tired. And the question isn't, how can I always have energy all the time? The question is, how can you recover from being tired as quickly as possible? How do you bounce back fast? So a lot of people confuse relaxing with, like the bad habits. Oh, let me relax by watching some social media. Let me relax by playing some video games, eating whatever. Okay, those are really bad ways of relaxing. High performers, they don't use the word relaxing. They use the word rest. The difference between these two is that high performers, people who are very productive, Allahumma barik, they see relaxing as a way to actually wind down after a long day. And you're just trying to turn off your brain after you finished all your important work. But rest, specifically, is the proper way to actually rejuvenate your energy after being like mentally and physically exhausted. They see it as something productive because it prepares you for another work session. So what we have to do is rest properly after your job. And if we can do it properly and quickly, then it can prepare you to be like productive for your business if you want to work on business after work. 4 ways to rest properly that you can kind of experiment with. Choose one of these 4. Do whatever you like. Choose one of them and do them for 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. You could either walk, you could exercise, and it could be any form of exercise. It doesn't have to be anything specific. I know you said you struggle with it a little bit, but genuinely see it as a way as you're not trying to get big, you're not trying to get muscle, you're trying to use it as a way to rest properly. See it as something productive, and see it as a way to recover quickly from like being tired from your job. See it as a way, see it as like a motivational reset button. Walk, exercise, taking a nap, and doing something that's very passionate to you, something that you just genuinely enjoy. You could, if you could do this one thing, you could just do it all the time. You almost get in the flow state of doing this one very passionate thing. So remember, just one of these four for 20 minutes right after you finish from your work. And the way I thought of this for you, because I used to do this a lot when I'd finish my job or when I'd finish a deep work session or when I came back from school. I used to be a full-time student, which is basically like a full-time job. What you could try is as soon as you finish from your job, you get into your car, sat down, turned it on. Before you start driving, I want you to already have a snack prepared, like maybe it's in your cup holder or something. And while you're driving, you can eat the snack, while you're driving on the way home. But the specific snack, it could be, I want you to choose 2 out of the 5 specific like superfoods. These will be like the snack that you eat in the car. These superfoods are what's gonna energize you. Like you'll have the energy by the time you get home. The energy will have already kicked in, hopefully combat that laziness. The 5 superfoods that you can eat from, I want you to choose 2 from these, okay? 1 avocado, I don't know why I said it like that, but whatever. Hazelnuts, almonds, raisins, and apricots. Choose 2 from the 5. Eat them on your way home. Maybe just a handful of whatever the choice that you choose. While you're driving, just kind of like snack on it. By the time you get home, that will be one thing that you've already done to kind of combat that laziness. The moment you arrive home, get out of the car, don't even go inside yet. Go on a 15-minute walk. And while you're walking, listen to some Quran. You've already done 3 things that fall under like the concept of resting properly, which is so cool. It doesn't even take that long. There's endless amounts of ways that you can combine how you want to rest properly, as long as you do something that you enjoy and you actually feel like you've rested properly after you do it. That's the first problem. The second problem is weekends with family. Obviously, it's not like a bad problem. It's a good problem to have, because obviously spending time with the family is important. The kids, with the wife. What I've not heard anyone talk about in terms of like being productive and spending more time on the business, but also having to prioritize the responsibilities with the family and stuff, is setting principles. Set the principles of letting them know that working on your business actually means a lot to you. So you, as the father, as the leader of the family, this is just to let them understand that you have the best intentions and like the vision for the family. So you just have to let them know, like, guys, when I work, when I need to focus on my thing, it's very important to me that I don't get interrupted, because this is something that means a lot to me and is going to set us up as a family for success, inshallah. This will let them understand that, okay, when Baba's working, don't interrupt, he's working on something important. Like, it will make them understand that. It will make you avoid, being annoyed by them distracting you. And it lets them know that, okay, Baba needs to work on something important. It's okay if we don't go out right now. Let Baba spend a little bit more time that he needs so he can work on his thing. So that is up to you, how much time that you want to spend on your business. You're already spending some time in the morning on the weekends, which is beautiful. But you just want to make sure that you're maximizing, like you're squeezing every ounce of your focus and energy on your thing, because it's the weekend that you can leverage to work on your business, because like you don't have to work your job on the weekend, right? Which is kind of nice. It gives you more free time. Setting up this principle for yourself and letting your family know of your principles, it will just make them be very understanding. They'll be on the same page as you. And that way, if you still want to work on your business and you didn't put the time that it needed, or you just want to spend more time on it, you don't go out with the family while still having the thoughts about wanting to work on it. Like you'd be with your family, but you won't be present mentally and mindfully with them. You'd be thinking about your work while physically you're just there with your family, and they'll sense that. So that also avoids that problem. And the third problem is that you get distracted by the video games as like a cheap instant dopamine reward, right? The advice I would give you in terms of this is to delay when you do the bad habits until the very end of the day. So I'm not even saying to cut it off. I'm just saying at the very least, just delay it until the end of the day, because your business needs your focus. Allahumma barik, you're smart enough to know that dopamine ruins your focus, ruins your energy. It only feeds into the laziness, right? So at the very least, delay the bad habits until the end of the day, knowing that I can intentionally ruin my focus because I've already used my focus on the thing that needs it, which is like business and stuff, right? So I hope I didn't overwhelm you by being like, oh my god, I have so many things to do. I have to do this and this, so much advice to take from this. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Let go of the need to have to apply everything I just said, because information overload is a huge like thing that will make you feel overwhelmed and lack clarity on the important stuff. Let's just calm it down, relax, okay? I want you to tackle one problem at a time. So I gave you 3 problems that you have. The way you can choose which problem to tackle is which one agitates you the most and happens on the daily. Just right off the bat, I'm instantly thinking 5 days out of the week, you're guaranteed to feel lazy after work. Like that's a problem that happens often and is basically a huge problem that's probably painful for you, right? So we could start with that problem to solve. So on your way home, eat the superfood snack before you step inside, 15-minute walk while listening to some Quran. Beautiful way to rest properly. That helps you to rejuvenate your energy. It's like a motivational reset button. And by the time the weekend comes, then you can let your family know of your principles. And in general, you just make sure to delay the bad habits until the end of the day, where you can intentionally ruin your focus and your energy. Hopefully I've like taken all the things that I've said and just like simplified it into something very easy and digestible for you to take action on. Let me know how it goes, inshallah. Feel free to reach out to me on school and anyone else who related to Wasim's problem. You can also let me know on school, which I have a free school community down below. If you have any questions or any problems, I can answer your questions the same way I did answered Wasim's question. I can help you out with your situation, inshallah. Barakallahu feek for watching. Hopefully this helps. And assalamu alaikum.